Alrighty, and we are live. And I see my man Bat 13 in the house. Tim, nice to see you. Daddy Dutch, Kent, Ed Singleton, it's good to see you. And those who did pop on with me this morning will know that I do have a new microphone. I know last time we had some microphone problems, although this microphone here, I do have to remain it close to me. I can't come back here or you guys will lose me. So it'll sit right here. But hopefully that clears up my audio. And once I stop fidgeting around here, we should be good to go. And like I said, we have Bat 13, we have Chris Nigro in the house. I appreciate you popping in. Of course, my man Ed Singleton, Judge Webb, always good to see you. Kent, nice to see you. Will Plunk, good to see you. We got a Facebook user. Hey Tommy, I can't pick up the name. Let me see if I can pop on over. And I see Pat Gordon. I see Serena McAllister over at the gallery back at your page. And there they are popping up. There's my man cooking with CJ showing up tonight. Nice to see you, brother. And there is another Facebook user. Hey Tommy. A lot of times those Facebook users, I won't be able to read the name unless you allow me to read it, so I'm not sure who that is. And I hope this microphone is sounding better. Let me know if it is, as I did pay a premium for it. And I see my man Jim Dummis checking in. I hope I pronounced that name right. Loud and clear. Appreciate that. And we do have 40 people in the house. That is including Facebook and also YouTube. I appreciate that. Works fine, loud and clear. It's a good microphone for sure. Pat Gordon says works fine. Curious Yellow Cuda. Hey, Tommy, I just pulled some chicken off the Kamado Joe. You need one. I need some chicken or or a Kamado Joe. Which one? I'll take both of them actually. And there is my man Scotty. So now the show can start. Jim is saying it works great. I'm guessing that's the microphone. I've got a couple little bit more doodads to hook up to it. They're gonna arrive from Amazon tomorrow. And we got a Robert hello from Phoenix, and there is my email address if anybody has any questions. Let me pop on over to Facebook. And I see Lance over there on Facebook. Hello, Tommy. And we got a few people at the Gallery Backyard Barbecue site. We got 5 people watching over there. I do. I've used the meter probes. Uh, I get they work, but then eventually they The problem with me is I film in the shack, and my office is through a couple walls and, a little bit of a distance away, and it gets spotty, and the thing that I have trouble with, I'm not gonna say I don't like them because I do, but the things I have trouble with is once you lose connection, you gotta reconnect, and then you lose all your data, at least I think. Now the one that's been working well for me, I've been testing this one out here for the last, probably the last month or so. I don't believe this is out on the market yet, but I've been testing it, and I've had good luck with this. Okay, we'll see how that goes. I use it on the show, although sometimes it's not available, so I don't announce it on the show a lot. Um, but, if you're close to where you're cooking, the meter is fine. Also, people have had good luck with this. Temp Spike, I think they got a new model coming out. So there's definitely options. One of the reasons I like, purchasing from Amazon is because if it doesn't work, you can ship it back. I don't think you can do that with, if you get from the company anyway, so, always keep that in mind. But, like I said, if you're close, the meter is gonna be fine, the temp spike's gonna be fine. The one I'm real excited with now, though, is just to see when they do release the final version of that, chef's tent that I just showed you, if that gives me connection from the shack to the house, that is money for me. Until then, I just use a wired. CJ, I have to download your cookbook. I was talking, had a little phone call with CJ about a month or so back, and, he gave me some insights on that cookbook. I'll have something eventually coming out. There is my man Jay checking in. What's the hardest food, that I've ever smoked? I mean, none of it's really hard because it is just smoking, but I would have to say probably a brisket only because, to do it right, and if you're not gonna speed it up, you could at 12, 15 hours, and it's a little different for us filmers or us YouTubers, Jim, because we have to film, so where you can just put the brisket on and let it run for 12 hours and go about your day around the house. We have to film, so the problem for me anyway, Jim, is after 12, 13, 14 hours, I still have to turn that camera on and slice it and close out the show, and by then, I am long past it, it's a tough deal for me personally to do a 12 plus hour cook or 12 plus hour day of work. I mean, we don't just turn the camera on, put the brisket on, and then just turn it on 12 hours later. We turn it on constantly during the day and, then film the close. So by then I've lost a little bit of interest. So I would have to say so the brisket, Jim, to answer your question, any long cook that is gonna be 12 to 15 hours is just a little bit much for me. I know Scotty likes it. I'm not sure how CJ feels about it, but 12, 15 hours, man, is a long day. It's a long day. And I did see a super chat come through. I will get to that in a minute. I'm working my way down the field here. I saw CJ, there's a lot of viewers in here, especially a lot over from Facebook. I got a, big following over there. Um, my man Cooking with CJ right there, if you go to his, YouTube channel, just put out Just put out a burnt ends video. I saw it come through a couple hours ago. You guys wanna check that out, that'd be pretty cool. And there is my super chat from my guy, Will Plunk, 20 bucks. I definitely appreciate that, Will. As I see on that ticker below, your support means everything, and that goes for everybody, whether it's monetarily, YouTube join, Patreon, or just letting the videos play and watching them is, whatever YouTuber needs. So, Will, I definitely appreciate that. Will's been, he's been with me from the beginning, and he's still here, so that means, a lot. Extra special. Temp Spike, there you go. Wi-Fi block, I don't think I've ever heard of that one. Yeah, I've got a couple ink birds. Bird, couple ears. I've got a little bit of everything, but again, with me cooking in the shack to where I am sitting right now, because I'll roll film, then I'll come in my office and dump it in my computer. Maybe I'll start a little bit of editing. So when I'm at my computer and I look at the meter or the Wi-Fi or whatever one I'm using, and I lose surface, it's a bit of a pitta for me. It's too much for me to play around with. Doing 18-hour smoke while you're drunk, that's a hard one. That would be pretty hard, to get through for sure. I appreciate that. That is, Gareth. Am I saying that right, man? Appreciate that. There is my man 1047. Hello, Tommy and everyone. And that is my, email address. I'm guessing that is Scotty. And I see Paul over at the gallery site. Great channel, and it keeps getting better. Much love, brother. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that greatly. And there it is over here. And there is Andrew checking in. What is happening? That is one of the reasons why I enjoy the chuck roast. It gets you about 85, 90% close to a brisket. I mean, it's not a brisket, that's for sure, but it gets you close, and, you can do it in 5, 6 hours. I mean, you can do brisket in that time also, but yeah, I you have to email me that. I don't think I've ever heard of that one. What is happening, man? It is good to see you. What's up? What up? Tapping in to show support. There you go. Only way to smoke is drunk. I would say the only way to smoke is smoke. I don't really, I mean, I get a little buzzed when I'm on vacation out in LV. Otherwise, I would rather, drinking was never really my thing. Let's just put it that way. And I got some, I don't know what is everybody cooking, coming up. I see Gareth over there. I see that videos. I'm checking up on my Facebook account. And definitely hit those thumbs up. I appreciate it. So tomorrow, I know the video didn't do well for me, which I knew it probably wouldn't because seafood never does on my channel. But that if you guys haven't watched it, that seafood did so bad, I can't even remember. That fish fry That fish fry that I did on the, griddle is, there's a clam, or, the beer battered I is fish is definitely good. The whole cook was, I mean, dinner was, that it was crazy how me and my wife were just reaching for clams and beer battered fish and corn and potatoes with butter on it. I mean, it was pretty epic dinner for sure. But the, clam, dish that I made in that, film, show, whatever, is, it's a must make, man. If you have never made, those clams with, with the white wine, the garlic, a lot of garlic, white wine, parsley, butter, and you steam those clams and the broth mixes in, is killer, man. That is such a good recipe. Everybody should experience that recipe at least once. Cornbread did not survive. That was my fault, but I had so much other stuff going on. Now I started the potatoes. I don't think I was clear in the, video. No, I started the potatoes, corn, with just basically water, the normal whatever you put in your, water when you do corn, and the cornbread. So I did all that on the griddle while I was setting up, and I just left the cornbread on there to finish and just kinda forgot about it as I was fiddling with, all the more important stuff for me. But, yeah, that cornbread was on there. After it was cooked, Scotty, that cornbread was probably on there for, I don't know, another half hour past its prime. Still good. I still ate it for, dinner, put some butter on it, but after dinner was over, it definitely didn't see the refrigerator. It definitely ended up in the, in the garbage. But, everything else was nailed. Everything else was a 10. There was a lot going on. I had never done that really on the flat top. Um, and I was real happy the way it turned out, although again, like I said, it pretty much bombed, but, yeah, it was a fun cook, and, when you've been doing this YouTube deal as long as I have, sometimes it's just not about the views. I mean, you would love to get good views across the board on everything, but, you gotta have fun, man. So when I get on a recipe, I work it through in my mind, like I said, before I go to sleep, and it's the next day's recipe. I'll work it through, what could go wrong, this, that, and the other. That was a very satisfying cook for me, is basically what I'm saying. So, although it bombed, didn't do well, it was satisfying to do. So I guess that's probably, half the battle. So tomorrow I got so over the last month or 2 for Z-Grill's channel, I've been doing some steak battles, T-bone against New York strip, filet against New York strip, I do believe, or ribeye, I forget. So tomorrow I am doing a, New York strip against a ribeye. So that is gonna be the, steak battle to which one's gonna be better. Now look, the in the '70s and the '80s, the New York strip was so popular in every restaurant that you went out to eat in. I don't even know if ribeyes were on the menu, to tell you the truth. I don't remember ribeyes on the menu in the late '60s or '70s or early '80s. I do not remember ribeyes. Every If you wanted a steak, you had really 2 choices, at least in the New York, New Jersey area, with the, filet or the New York strip. Those are your big 2 choices for steak. I don't know when the ribeye when the ribeye overtook it. But I do prefer the ribeye, I think, but I will answer that question tomorrow when I battle up to 2. I'll just reverse sear 'em. So I'm looking forward to that, even though I expect the ribeyes to win. There was a time when I would go out to a restaurant, it was always the New York strip, period. From Steak Au Poivre, New York strip, that was the deal. And I see my man Mark Rainbow checking in. What is shaking? And I appreciate that, Scotty, for putting that, fish fry video in link. That was a Dead Broke Barbecue inspired cook. We were chatting on the phone one day, and, he brought up fish fry, and I thought, "Hell, man, that would be an awesome, time to make." And that is hi from Ohio. We got Linda checking in. I appreciate you popping in here. Gina's point, she was on the, show this morning, I do believe, as I was working through some bugs on this, microphone, and I do believe this microphone is gonna, work out fine. The only thing, like I said, with this mic is you gotta be on top. It's not gonna sound good from back here. I'll be far away. So you gotta stay on top of it, but the good thing for that is for me is it's not gonna pick up my air conditioning, and it's not gonna pick up my PC when my PC goes into overdrive and starts making noise. You won't pick up any of that stuff, so that's all pretty cool. Yeah, the weather moving through Rome, Georgia. I know that heat is pretty down there. You're not in Rome, are you? Well, you're not in Georgia, are you? And my man, or is that Ben? I see a girl, I'm assuming that is a guy, Ben. Great channel, Tommy. Made some banging and griddle Philly cheesesteaks on my Weber gasser tonight, looking at that Weber Summit Kamado also. Ever smoked on that? I have not smoked on that. Weber Summit Kamado. That is a nice pit. There's no doubt about that, man. I just did a quick Google, search on that, Ben, and that is a nice pit. I'm sure Scotty will be throwing in here any second. He is a Weber fanboy, I guess you could say. And Randall checking in from New Mexico. There you go. And where's everybody from? Do we got any, UK in the house? How about Australians in the house? I know, a lot of times we get some people out from Ireland. What inspired me to start a channel? So, I basically grew and I've told this story many times, but my mother owned a restaurant, the Gallery restaurant in Woodbridge. I grew up in it from stocking shelves at 5, 6 years old, whatever, went to the dishwasher. From the dishwasher, I went to the griddle. I started working the griddle, maybe 15, 16, whatever. Um from the griddle, I went to the line cook, then I started working underneath the chef, um, sauteing and this, that, and the other. So I've been doing it for a while, and, it's in my blood. There's no doubt the restaurants game is in my blood. Um, and how did I was popping around YouTube. Yeah, I'm a big recipe guy, so I watch a lot of recipes. When Food Channel came out, I was all over it until they switched to the game show type deal that they do now, but, I would always watch the recipes. I'm a recipe guy. However, I started watching recipes, maybe Mike from Everyday Barbecue or TJ. T. Roy, I should say. But, I probably started watching one of them, maybe Ballistic, and just latched on to it and said, I can do that, so I broke out my cell phone, filmed the worst video I've ever filmed in my life, released it, and just started going from there. And that's basically how I started. Luckily for me, I'm of retirement age, so I was able to retire from work, not that it supports what I was well, actually, I am making more now than I did, when I was working. Um, I was a floor manager, floor layer, LOOR, um, but it took me through a good solid 2.5, 3 years of YouTubing it to get up and over what I was making while I was working. So there you go. Let me just go get a little bit of water, 1 second, guys. Alright, guys, my throat started going out on me. So that's basically my deal right there. Um, I love cooking. You know, when I, got, together with my wife and we started the house and the family, this, that, and the other, I cooked the dinner, you know, throughout the whole relationship, throughout the whole marriage, you know? Um, Cooking's what I do. So it was very easy for me to cook, on film. There's no faking here. There's, recipes is recipes, tons of them. Um, like I said, it's in my blood, so I think are you talking hold on 1 second. Um, Bear with me 1 second. I think hold on, I got you right here, Pierre. Is this what you mean? It's up on the screen now. That is a Loge 14-inch seasoned cast iron wok. If that's what you're, referring to, that's what I used. If you're referring to something else, Pierre, let me know. What did you use for the over-the-top chili? Did you know what kind of bowl that was on the grill? That would be that, I'm pretty sure. Yep, they said they would never last the 560. I know Scotty, I think his is still going too. Um, Great pit, man, great pit. Yeah, I think I kinda answered that. I'm not really a drinker, man. I enjoy a good cigar while I smoke. Yeah, I guess that would be right, while I smoke. Not even a good cigar because 'cause they're cheap shit cigars, but I was a cigarette smoker for 35, 40 years and quit. But I do enjoy a nice little, tipped cigar as my cat's getting ready to make a move on me. While I smoke. So that's what I do. That's my enjoyment there. Very rarely I'll crack open a beer. And we do have a, New Zealand in the house. And there is Loderman's checking in. "Hey, Tommy, what is up?" Apologize for the cat, but it is what it is. Hello from West Virginia. Any plans for the Masterbuilt Gravity? I guess you're talking, videos? Um, Not on the docket right now, not on the docket right now. Hopefully, I'll get something soon on that. Let me move this cat. If you'd like to see something though, let me know, you know? And the Delmonico steak was a, big '70s and '80s steak. Um, you're right, this place used to make use that kitchen, I always pronounce it wrong, boutique or whatever the frig it's called. They used to marinate it in that, and it was, Delmonico steak. That was killer. Well, I'm gonna find that out, Kent, because, that is a video in the pipeline. I'm doing that for, doing so stay tuned because this is gonna be about a week only. So tomorrow, I will do the ribeye versus New York strip battle, and I totally suspect the ribeye is gonna win because after all, that is my steak of choice, but we shall see. Then after that, for, Wild Fork, so I'm actually gonna be doing um for Wild Fork, so I got 3 ribeyes, okay? I'm gonna reverse sear one, I'm gonna cook one on the flat top, okay? And the 3rd one, I am going to cook over open flame, right? And I will put them on the board, I will test all 3, and Kent, I will have that answer for you, and I have no idea which one is gonna win, but, it's gonna be a fun test, man, that is gonna be a fun test for sure. Come on down to Tampa, we'll hand roll them Ybor City. There you go, I'll be in Orlando, soon, and we got, Kent from Toronto, Canada checking in, there you go. Would love to see a Kamado versus Masterbuilt 1050, uh, comparison. The only Kamado I have is, or egg that I got is, that char griller. Yeah, wild support, and I s they're coming on, man, they're coming on. I see a few people have tried them, and, they are definitely coming on. If you're in the New Jersey area, I'll be, cooking for them live in the store. That is in Eatontown, New Jersey, in September. I think it was on a Saturday. I'm not sure if that's the 23rd or whatever, but, I'll be doing some, tasty things for them in the store, so I'm looking forward to that. That does sound good, man. That does sound good, and I can't even pronounce that, escabeche? How long did it take me to make my first video? Well, first of all, my first video is, crazy how bad it is, but, when you don't really know what you're doing, um, it's just you just turn a camera on and film. I think I edited the whole thing on my phone. It was a recipe. Well, the first video I did was just introduction. Um, the, let me see if I could find that real quick. I actually pulled a lot of my first video off. I can't even show that. I actually pulled a lot of my first videos down. They're not even on anymore because 'cause they're so bad. Hey, Kent, I appreciate that. Appreciate you popping in. We'll be here every Sunday throughout the, winter, unless otherwise noted. But yeah, so, if you're thinking about, Robert, if you're thinking about, doing a channel or you know, something like that, let me know. I'll help you out any way I can. The best way to get started is one of these bad boys right here. Pick your poison, press play, and go to town. Look, you're not gonna get many views your first video, so it doesn't really matter. You're just looking to, skip along and, do the best thing you can, do the best job you can do, do the rest of it. And that is Beach. I'm not sure what that is right there. 2 years now, got that sucker dialed in. Yeah, of course, man. It's hard to beat, man. I just, spoke to Masterbuilt a couple days ago. I wish they would release something, something new. Um, there was a rumor that they were. I don't know if that's true or not. It's hard to get them thing, but the 560 is not discontinued. That is for sure 'cause, they told me. Awesome, Kent, man. Look, any questions? My email has been posted. You watch me on Facebook, you can always reach out to me. I'm 24/7, doing this. I'm 24/7 doing this, so I'm always available, and cheers to you, man. Colleen White over on Facebook, also Brad George from, Oklahoma City, popping in on the, gallery page right now. Let's see what we got going on over there. We got Kent. We got Kent. Said hi to Kent. 25 comments. I think I got all those in. Will Plunk says, "I remember one of your first videos calling a Chinese restaurant they didn't have." Yeah, you do goofy shit like that, man. I remember that. So I, called up a fake calls. I called up a couple Chinese restaurants to order some ribs. None of them had them. So what did I do? I broke out the ribs and I made Chinese char siu. That was the, goofy video that I did. But, that's what when you first learn, I learned the long take the long way learning. There's no shortcuts with me. Everything is trial and error. I don't cut corners. I don't buy views. I don't cut corners. I just film and hope people watch. Tommy is my go-to guy for lots. My coach started watching when he got the MB560. And I appreciate that, man. That was about 3 good solid 3 years ago. I still have a 1050. The problem is with the master bill right now is just trying to there's just not enough, days in the month for me to get all the cooks in. I do, up here, I do, stuff for Z Grills, and these are paid cooks for Z Grills on their channel. Also one on mine, stuff for Monument, their shirt on here. Um, Wild Fork, I do some stuff for, and I got some pizza ovens coming. So, when it's for me, it's 2 days. So for me, it's film, edit. So that's 2 days. Film, edit. That's 2 days. So 4 days, 2 shows completed. So it doesn't leave me much time, and if we get bad weather, it throws me back some more, but, I'm not gonna make the money from YouTube that, that I was hoping to make. So, it's just not gonna happen. Cooking is not where it's at. People don't care. Nobody cares about recipes anymore. So, you know, luckily for me, I can supplement a lot of that by doing stuff for grill companies, but still recipes. So, they're just recipes for, like, Z Grill. So if you have a Z Grill, that's perfect for you. As I play around here. Oh, Washington State Olympic in the house. Good day all. There you go. Paul is checking in. Yeah, it is smash burgers, but there's older than that. Hold on. How I couldn't even get to it quick. Oh, wait, here you go. So the introductions are in order as my first video is now private. So if you go back there, Scotty, you'll see introductions are in order. That's my first video, and I look so scared. I'll put it up real quick. Hold on. That's my first video you see up on a screen, and I'm very scared. It's funny because I got the same necklace on. I'm wearing the same necklace as I was wearing in that video. I don't know if you guys can hear it. I can't.
All right, everybody, welcome back. I'm going
I
to take
got
you
the
around the
Weber,
backyard
so there
now
you
and
go,
show you some
Scotty. I
of the
got 2
grills that will be
Webers.
featured
So my
in
first video,
some of
here you
my
go, my
upcoming
first
videos.
video. I
Let me
got
flip the
no
camera
shack,
around. Stay tuned.
I got my Weber,
All right,
and I
everybody,
got
hope
a
you can hear me.
Blackstone.
First up,
So, the
I'll be
channel
using the
started on the
Blackstone flat
griddle,
top. This is actually going to
and,
be in my first video.
then
This is a
I got
36
the master
inch
built, and the channel
flat top.
started taking off from the
Over
master
here, we got
built,
the
but
Weber
I lost
18.5
I
inch
lost my griddle
smoker.
I love cooking on the griddle because I started on the
Panning
griddle.
around, we got the
I have
gasser,
to
again,
wonder
Weber.
if I would've stuck with the griddle or I
Okay,
would
I'm going
be
to come
'cause
on
there's a
down
lot
off
of
the
griddle
deck
channels that took
and
off.
go over into the fire pit.
And take a look around my property here. So there you
One of
go. I
my
had an
favorite
egg.
grills
That is
here is the
actually from
ceramic egg.
Snap-on Tool.
This probably holds
That thing was
temperature better
killer,
than all of
man.
them. So
Snap-on
I'll be
Tool.
using that a
They,
lot.
gave those out to their best.
Down over here, we
There's
got
my
the
26-inch Weber.
26-inch Weber
Scotty,
kettle,
I know you're gonna love all these Webers, man. Look at that. Another
22-inch
Weber.
reformer,
Another
and the
Weber. Scotty,
18-inch
you must have just
kettle
fell off
also.
your chair.
And I'll also be doing some things on the fire
And so
pit.
that's
Sure.
that. So I had a lot of Webers, and I did start the channel with my
All right, everybody,
Blackstone.
welcome back. My first
That
video
is
that I'm
pretty
going to be
cool.
shooting.
I didn't realize I had the Blackstone when I started the channel. I did. So I had the Blackstone, I had an egg, I had a rubber gasser, I had the bullet, I had a 26, and I had 2 22s on the Weber. I'm a Weber man, Scotty. I am a Weber man. As far as mods, just enjoy the pit, Andrew. It's a 1050. You don't need the mods. If you've got money to burn, you can check out LSS mods and see what you like. But the 1050 is ready to go right out of the box, man. Just enjoy it, get to know it. Um, and if you have any questions, Scotty, put my email up if you can. And Andrew, if you have any specific questions, I'm 24/7. Feel free to email me any questions that you may have. I cannot believe it is 7 o'clock already. Just about. We've been 45 minutes. That is friggin' crazy. I did do a couple beef Wellingtons. I grew up on the beef Wellington, man. That was a big gallery, um, gallery thing, man. That's the gallery restaurant, my mom's restaurant. Yes, I am a Weber man. Me and Weber go way back. You know, my wife just mentioned to me, we were at the pool today, and she's like, "You were doing good with these grills, but over the past month, 3 weeks, I've received, like, 4 grills." 1 grill so they're starting to pile up again, so I don't have any, um I don't think I have any, aspirations to get that pit is basically what I'm getting to, but hold on here, because I am excited about one grill only because it's new. I've never used it, it's new to the channel. Figured I would pop it up on the screen, and that's that bad boy right there. So I've got that Prime 1500 outdoor pellet grill. That is by the, same company that has, made my, grill. So I am definitely excited to bring that to the channel, and I'm hoping it is a step up type pellet grill. I know the griddle is. I'm hoping that is also. So I'm looking forward to that. I've got 2 pizza ovens in the garage, and I've got like, kinda like a crock pot that a company sent me. I gotta come up with a recipe on that. That's gonna be an in the kitchen recipe, but it's gonna be a paid recipe, so I definitely appreciate you guys if you would watch it. Never modded it? Well, you definitely don't have to mod them, man. If you don't wanna mod them, you don't have to mod them. The 18.5 bullet, great pit, great pit. There is some, uh there is some little tips on that master built. Appreciate that, Loaderman. I know there is a lot of great smokers out there, but you can turn a charcoal grill is a smoker. Don't get confused that, a lot of these smokers have, plugins where charcoal grill doesn't. Charcoal grill is a smoker slash grill. You can do a brisket on a charcoal grill all day long, and come out friggin' fantastic. It always starts that's why you just saw in that little video I posted. I think I had 1, 2, 3, counting the Weber bullet, I think I had 4 charcoal grills in my backyard. It always starts with the charcoal grill. You can do anything on a charcoal grill. Now, she doesn't make me sell anything. To keep her happy, I do sell them, and plus to put money in my pocket, I sell 'em. There's no point in the channel keeping any grill longer than a year because I can't sell it, so I'll keep grills for you besides my Lone Star, which I'll keep forever. Uh, Most of my grills I'll have on hand for about a year, and then usually I sell them because I want the new models. That's just channel. That's just what happens when you got a channel. You wanna get all the new models. There is my man Kenneth, another Weber guy. Better late than ever by Brad. Appreciate that. No problem, and like I said, I believe you have my email address. Email me any questions, man, 24/7. Even if you have a question at midnight, email it, I'll answer it about 4 o'clock in the morning when I wake up. So I'm 24/7, 7 days a week. I appreciate that, man. That is what it is all about, my friend. That is what it is all about. Good barbecue, friends, and family. You just said it all, man, in one sentence. Loaded Jack's Florida Cracker Life. Thumbs up. We were just talking about we were just talking about that, Will, because my wife, we were out to dinner, and she wanted to give my daughter the, recipe, and I said, "I think it's on YouTube." And we just looked it up, and the video's actually done well for a Sunday sauce. I wouldn't do that in the crock pot because 'cause I've already got it. I'm gonna have to come up with something. This is a pretty cool little crock pot. See what I come up with. I appreciate that, Richard Rice with the American flag. proudly displayed. Appreciate that. And we still have 30 people in the house. We are coming up on 50 minutes, and we got about 10 more. And we'll take this show right into the, winter. If you don't see a, post that I'm not gonna be on Sunday night, I will be. I'll usually pop up the banner saying I will Friday, and, 6 to 7 works perfect for me. And if you've not seen my Sunday sauce recipe, if you got any interest, I put this gravy I call it gravy, Sunday sauce, Sunday gravy, but I would put this recipe up next to anybody's. It is the best Sunday sauce gravy recipe that you could ever make with the meatballs that friggin' you can smear it on bread, man, like peanut butter. The meatballs, they hold together, but they're so soft, they melt in your mouth. So so the your best thing there, Andrew, and that's a great question, utilize the ash catcher. That is a great way to get smoke into your food. Keep in mind that after a couple hours, your food is gonna be smoked enough so you don't have to have wood on top. So, basically, do a half a chimney, okay, and then do, like, 2 chunks. Then do another, full chimney and another 2 chunks, but put 2 chunks down in the, 2 chunks in the ash catcher to start, and then you can add another 2. Go slow at first to see how much wood, f flavor you want, but I found using the ash catcher, almost better than mixing it in with the charcoal. I did mix it in with the charcoal, but I didn't over mix it with the charcoal, and I can add chunks, in the ash, they burn up quick, so you can continue to do that. So I always say go low, go light on the caution because you're gonna get a good charcoal flavor anyway. So wood's just a bonus. So start with a little bit. I might have even over gave you it, start with 2 chunks. So go like a half to a whole chimney, do 2 chunks, and then fill the charcoal up. Put 2 chunks also in the ash. So start with 4 chunks on the bottom, 2 mixed in, and, see how that gets you. You know, there's a rule in cooking, and this is more for the kitchen, but it holds true in any type of cooking, is you can always add, but you can never take out. So, if you add too much, you're screwed. So always go to the side of, not as much and just on your next cook. Lump charcoal is gonna give you the best. The only thing I would say the lump is, for Andrew, I'm sure Loderman, you know this already, but for Andrew, if you do lump, when you open your hood, open it slow because if you open it too fast, you're gonna create a wind tunnel underneath your hood, and this is gonna get, ash all over the food. So you have to because the lump is very low, it flies around, so just open it slow and you'll be fine, and I agree, lump is the best. 2 to 4 chunks of wood in the ash pan is all I need. So there you go. So, kinda like what I was saying, if you go 2 chunks mixed in if you want, but utilize the ash pan because that is where it's at. And after what would you say, Scotty, 3 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours? You're not gonna get any more smoke in food anyway. So you could utilize the ash catcher for sure. Just popping over to the other channels to see what is happening over there. What is that? Brisking? I don't know what that means. Hey, no problem, man. We are here, and there's a lot of other channels here. Just keep on learning, take it slow, have fun with it. Are you a young guy, Andrew, or old just getting into it? Always. And we are gonna get ready to wrap this up. Oh, shit, I just saw you, Steve, and just remember we were supposed to do a giveaway tonight. We'll work it out in the future. I totally forgot about it till you just popped in. We'll get something going. I mean, I have so many bloopers, dude, man. I actually had the wife on the floor in stitches laughing at one of these, bloopers, man. The shit that comes out of my mouth is, you know, I would, man. The early bloopers are funny. Actually, I think I got one. Yeah, I would definitely do a blooper video for sure. I mean, I talk with marbles in my mouth, so the I have to take after take. The start of the show is 20 takes. Scotty can answer that. Scotty, you got that question? So when meat hits 140, it takes on no more smoke. You'll get to that 140 pretty quick. So 2 hours, 2.5, 3 tops. And there is my man, Uncle Steve Shake. Yeah, I know. I totally forgot. We'll get it. We'll get it. Brisket on the chunks don't catch. I mean, my chunks are well, my chunks will catch with a friggin' match. They're so dry. And Scotty, do you have, questions? I don't just kinda blow the guy up. You're still there. On the brats, do you take off the casing? Scotty is a, whisk, so, he's a king of the brats. So we are getting ready to close out this show. I'm kinda just waiting for Scotty to, answer that question, or if anybody else. And that you have a great week, man. I appreciate you popping in. Maybe you could let me get first on the grill this Friday. I appreciate that, man. Check out that, fish cook that I just did. I'm telling you, man, it's a killer cook. Them clams are the clams are to die for, man. There is the, question, no, you do not remove the casings. So with that, I am gonna wrap up the show. That was a, quick hour. I appreciate all yous popping in, Loderman. Appreciate you popping in. Scotty, always. Bat 13, Andrew, keep on rocking, man. Again, if you have any questions, you can reach out. There's multiple ways to get in touch with me. And we will be doing a giveaway for Uncle Steve in an upcoming show. So stay tuned for that. Andrew, you're going to want to get in on that. That is some rubs. You are just getting into the barbecue smoking, and Uncle Steve Shake, definitely a way to go. Appreciate you, man. That is going to wrap up this show. I appreciate you all for watching. Gina, I appreciate you. Glasses purple, yellow, diamond hand, pink, waving. There you go. Bat, we got you. Robert, I appreciate you popping in. Just Andrew, definitely appreciate you, ma'am. And that is it, guys. I am going to wrap up the show right here. Hopefully, this microphone is a hit. So when I put a chunk of change down on it. And until next time, we will see you soon.